Hey guys, so this is like the second in what I might make into a bit of a series of videos on here. The first being the Back to the Future video I made about a month ago. And it's just about certain parts or aspects of movies that even if I like the film as a whole, it's just something that I can't watch without sort of being kind of annoyed or irritated by something that I either have noticed after several viewings or I just sort of have picked up on like right away, and I can't sort of stop looking at this one aspect of it, and it just really sort of bugs me. So today I'm going to talk about Dobby's introduction in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. In terms of how they've actually adapted this scene, it's actually fairly faithful to what happens in the book, in terms of the sort of basic description of everything that transpires throughout that sequence. Pretty much exactly as it happens in the books. Some of the dialogue is slightly different. The order in which things happen is slightly different, but other than that, it's fairly sort of faithful. So in that sense, it's quite a good scene. The effects on Dobby, I know people say the early Harry Potter films, the effects seem a bit outdated when you look at it now, and maybe with Dobby in particular, the CGI looks a little bit outdated now. So the bigger thing that kind of bugs me about it is something that just bugs me about CGI in live action films just in general, and just the fact that you know that it's CGI and that it's not really there and it's not really happening. This bugged me actually quite a lot when I was rewatching Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull recently. First of all, it's a film set in the 50s, and so CGI just really looks out of place in there. But also, just in particular, like the jungle chase scene, the fact that I can tell that that's green screen, the ants, the flesh-eating ants fight scene, the fact that you can tell that that's CGI. So in both cases, it's not really happening, they're not really there, and it just takes you out of that scene. The Dobby scene in particular really kind of bugs me because, the CGI Dobby doesn't really bother me, but it's just the way that in which the scene plays out. It just makes it very sort of obvious that he's not really there. And I think it's not so much the fake-looking CGI on Dobby that really does it. I think it's actually Daniel Radcliffe's acting. It's just the way that he's sort of acting to, this obvious sort of like tennis ball thing that they're holding up as like his eye line. But you can tell he's not acting to anything other than this single spot. And he can't interact with Dobby, so he has to sort of grab things that are nearby, or he has to just sort of look like he's going to grab Dobby and actually doesn't. There is one point actually where he does grab Dobby, and that actually looks quite good. But generally speaking, his acting, not just in the sort of delivery of some of the lines, which is also a little bit off.
Dobby, shush, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you or anything.
But also, his physical acting, it just does not look convincing at all. And I have really never really liked Daniel Radcliffe as an actor. Just in general, the first film, Philosopher's Stone. I still don't think he's a good actor now. Maybe he's better in other roles, I'm not sure. But yeah, his acting really just sort of takes me out of this scene completely. The effects I'm fine with, but the way that they're used in this scene, and I think the acting is just not good. I know Dobby was cut from later films, even though he's in some of the later books. Basically because people found him annoying. But I actually feel like he could have also been cut, really, just because the effects on him did not look convincing. And he actually did look a little bit better in the first Deathly Hallows film, I felt. But the problem with that was because that was his first appearance in the films since Chamber of Secrets. It left his death scene a little bit hollow. It's like, why are we so sad about this elf that was in the second film and has been in like a couple of scenes in this film? It's really not a big deal, and it's because, of course, he's played a much larger role in the books and has a pretty brave and noble and loyal character to Harry, a person or elf even throughout these books, and really helped him out with a lot of big situations. So his death just meant a lot more in the books. But yeah, that is the sort of issue with the Harry Potter films and how they've cut out a lot of important things, and I think they were more interested in just sort of keeping in things that looked cool or were just memorable. So yeah, that's that, guys. It's just something that bugs me about the second Harry Potter film. So yeah.